Welcome to MiniBoss Podcast, brought to you by MiniBoss Entertainment, featuring Maddie and Erik. Welcome to MiniBoss Podcast, coming to you the grace of our dear Lord. My name's Matt.
And I'm Erik.
Erik, how the hell are you doing?
Better now that I unmuted the mic. Leave it in. That's my bad. I was there at the ready the whole time.
The technical difficulties of running a fucking podcast.
It's a stupid little thing. So how's my favorite grizzly bear doing?
Shit, I'm doing pretty good. I had a really amazing weekend.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Okay, so Ashley and I yesterday... So Friday...
Oh, you guys did a cool thing.
Well, because Friday, we recorded our episode on Friday, right?
We tried.
We tried to record an episode.
It was great.
It was
long.
Go lay down. It was long, it was rambly, and it sounded like there was, like... The video was haunted, like there was, like, artifacting.
Ghosts were fucking with us. And we actually shouted out ghosts in the last one.
Yeah.
So... Weird how we started friction.
But here we are in the daytime.
It's weird.
Of all times.
Yeah, this is when I'm not
Cheers
drinking
to that.
alcohol. Like, it's weird, except for the pre-show shot, which is a tradition.
Yeah, we got ripped up on Friday.
That was fun.
And then Saturday morning, Ashley and I decided to go down to Milwaukee for the Oddities and Curiosities Expo.
That's so cool.
And nothing like ripping it up the night before and having my girlfriend like do this to me at like 7:30. I'm just like, oh.
That's why we don't make plans.
Well, Ben and I had like, because Bennett was over.
Oh, love that dude.
Fell asleep on the couch. Both of us did. I wake up, it's 3 a.m. Like, shit, I got to go to bed for real this time.
Oh, God.
And then, morning came quickly, but like luckily, like, I feel like if I get a little high when I do my drinking, like I'm not so like hungover the next day.
It keeps you from vomiting and also helps with food intake.
So like literally like when I was able to like shake off the sleepies, we stopped by Quick Trip, so I can grab like a Body Armor, a Mountain Dew, and some cheese sticks, those breaded ones.
They're always soggy.
I
don't get it.
They're great when they're soggy. They're great when they're crisp, but they're great when they're soggy.
I only feel that way about the pork sandwich, and you know my feelings
pork
about
chop sandwiches.
That thing is fire.
So we get on the road, we get down there.
In Milwaukee or Madison?
Yeah, well, Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
And this is at the convention center. We find our parking. Get in this huge fucking line, right? Huge line.
I know.
Turns out that's not the line we were supposed to be in.
Oh, dear God.
Because the Midwest Gaming Expo was the same time.
Fuck me.
I mean, luckily for me, if I was going to the gaming expo, I would have probably spent like a good couple $100.
Oh, easy.
Abso-fucking-lutely. But we go, everyone was confused because it was a weird cross between goths and nerds.
I love those guys.
I mean, this is where the goth girls come to get their nerdy gamer boyfriends, right?
I mean,
the two conventions high five in the middle. And
one can hope.
Sparks fly. But yeah, so luckily... we went to the other side of the building where the Goth Emporium was supposed to be.
Hot.
And there was way less people because I swear to God, like
really?
I'm extroverted, and I'm not claustrophobic, but huge crowds for that long.
It's okay if huge crowds don't sit well with you. I can only do it for so long, and that's like a normal thing for people.
But yeah, right? I picked up. Ashley got like a octopus tentacle in a jar.
That's what that was?
Yeah.
I was wondering if that was a you thing or a her thing. It was a coin flip for me.
And well, I'm not really big into specimens in jars. I was gonna buy some bones.
But we can just dig in your backyard and get a couple of them. Third Street's wild.
I should go check up on the person on my radiator.
Oh, dude. That thing? Yeah. That's probably where our ghost problem comes from.
But I did pick up a couple of patches. I put one on my vest. And did I buy it only because it said Goon Squad? Yes.
We be gooning.
But then I got one that says, it's like a Cthulhu patch. Another one that says Troll Brigade, I think. Or Ogre something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They're nice. They're really cool.
The colors are awesome. They look cool.
Which is the one with that neon, with that toxic green that like is like a punk staple from the 90s.
Exactly.
That one I dig the shit out.
That's the thing, especially with like horror movies and stuff. Like everyone thinks like, oh, it's goth. It's got to be black and gray and red and dreary. And it's like, no, man. Even Castlevania with all the garish, like bright colors they use.
Yeah.
Drawn to that shit.
Well, it's funny because, and I did my research recently, is because the goth subculture is also a derivative of punk culture.
Yeah.
Like if you look at it,
if
you really look at the times and the age, it is because a lot of the beliefs are very similar. Like you'll find rednecks of all kinds. Rednecks are generally like, I know punk rednecks that are kind of cool.
Yeah.
They're like just fucking, my gay friends can get married. I will whip your fascist ass. Like I love these guys, but goth and punk subcultures don't really deviate too much from the left. Yeah. So at least if you're a real motherfucker. Punk. Yeah, dude. There have been a lot of them popping up. There was this leftist MAGA person, and she comes on. It's like, dude, you're just a grifter. Like, you don't get it, and I'm not the gatekeeper of it.
I wonder how many people are going to be upset that I'm just laying my drink on a game. It doesn't work. This is all just for show. The amiibos work.
We spilled a drink on the last one. That's why.
Well, somebody on Facebook Marketplace like a few years ago was like, it's a GameCube, $10. I'm like, sweet.
Oh, dude, that thing.
So he dropped it off at O'Davies, and of course it didn't work. But I mean, at least it looks cool. And the Game Boy Bennett got me for my birthday last year, and that too does not work. I mean, it turns on, but it's just like the screen is fucked. So
it
maybe
gives
I can take it in somewhere.
It gives you the early nostalgia. It gives you the little beep.
Well, that's the thing, man. Like, let me reach around and grab this bitch. When I was a kid, I swear to God, I was holding like a brick like this.
Yeah. It doesn't.
My hands have grown.
Yeah.
And it's got Tetris in it.
That is
like,
so cool.
It's fun.
That was the packing game.
Tetris is fun.
That was the original packing game.
But I'm gonna need to get me some Wario.
Oh, dude. Super Wario World, Super Mario World 3. I love how we didn't care about titles.
Oh, and I got this patch. It says, "Show me that butthole." So, send your DMs to the MiniBoss Facebook Messenger.
Send your DMs directly to Fondy Famous. Don't.
Speaking of, okay, so you had a comedy show.
I did
last week.
It was fun. Thank you for coming. I meant the world of me, man.
Hey, when tickets are that cheap, you have no reason not to.
It was $10. I'm a $10 comic right now.
The only reason not to show up was that it sold out.
Thank you. The last time I sold out was with you. We sold out together.
We're a bunch of sellouts.
Yeah, that was February of last year. That was really cool. That was our first sold out show together. And then we were also sold out in not Mattoon. Which one did we do together? Wasaki. Shout out to Wasaki.
Mattoon, Saskatoon, Wasaki.
What was the name of that bar? Fuck.
It was like a supper club. I can't remember.
No. The one we went to afterward.
Oh yeah.
It was awesome. They were really cool to us. We'll
if there's anything about small towns, it's that their women will show you their boobs.
Oh yeah, that did happen.
A couple times.
Yeah.
Same girl.
Now they're pressed against glass. Like,
I mean, to be fair, her reasoning was great. She's like, my husband spent $9,000 on these bad
I'm pretty
boys.
sure she was the only lawyer in that town.
And the husband was there. He's like, show them them titties, dump them out.
And one of their sheriffs was at the table like, it's fine, I'm not going to say shit.
Yeah.
And then, like, I got frisked. It was weird, but...
So, Thursday, comedy show at a movie theater. How did that feel?
How did it look is the other thing.
It looked weird.
I changed my profile picture to it so people could see that it was, like, there. Like, it's... Next month when we do it, I already talked to Ben. We're going to do some cool stuff to make it better, like the lighting.
I'm going to switch your mic a little bit.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. We're going to try to do some things with lights. I've got a stage idea so that we can elevate a little bit.
I think a spotlight might be nice.
A spotlight would be nice.
Maybe in the projector booth.
You could.
So that way it's not just... Nobody looks good underneath white lights.
No.
Nobody.
No.
And that's all there were. The house lights were all the way up. And the first comic was just like, is there anything we can do about this? And Ben's like, all or nothing. So maybe, hey, if it's all or nothing, maybe nothing might be the way to go.
I don't know.
Maybe a nice, like a lamp. Ben, invest in some lamps. Turn the lights down. light yourself.
Yeah.
And learn how to use your signboard.
But I know we know that they have dimmers in that theater. Like, because
Yeah,
when you
because
walk
when you
in,
watch a movie, it doesn't just shut the fuck off.
yeah,
it's dims.
we can do that, and then they have to light to the emergency exit, which is where like you go all the way down to where we are at the bottom, and then like it works. But we'll talk to them next time.
Well, here's the thing: the theater has no green room.
Yeah, that was a bit of an ass.
Everyone, like, you guys were migrating around in like a group around the theater as people's seats started filling
I was
up.
trying to keep those dudes under control. I was like, because they're like, we'll sit in the back. I'm like, do you want to walk that much? But like,
hold on, I'm almost there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's pull up the name of the first dude.
Oh, the first guy was Aaron
Clark.
Aaron Clark. Yeah. I liked him.
I liked him a lot too.
I want to work with him.
One thing that's weird about going first is like you really gotta like put the audience at ease.
Yeah.
And I feel like the people that showed up for this show aren't necessarily the type of people that would like are fans of comedy. They're just fans of something to do.
Well, there was a few. You're not wrong. There was a few in there, and then we pulled some of the locals. Actually, I think me and Ben were the only locals technically that were at this show.
Yeah.
We pulled a big crowd.
Everyone locally sourced from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Dude, they didn't have a lot of love for their people. Luckily, I mean, Aaron Clark's good, so he did it all right.
It's fun because Fond du Lac, not a small city, but a decently.
It's there.
It likes to think of itself as a small town. You know,
I can see it as a small town.
If
you compare bigger cities to this, like Austin, Texas, like I lived in Round Rock, which is like 10-minute drive, just the next town over.
Suburb.
It's nice.
But this place isn't a suburb to anywhere. You know?
Oshkosh, which is weird.
I mean,
we're the big city to Holstein. We're the big city to
different town.
Yeah, Chilton.
We're a big city in Fond du Lac County, but that's because
that's it.
That's it. So small town people have their misconceptions about big town people, but then also big town people, big city people have their misconceptions about small town people.
All think the other one is stupid.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, they're like, how are you alive? You know, water comes from the ground, right? Like, and then meanwhile, the city people are like, dude, just.
But I think Aaron did a really good job of kind of bridging the gap of just like, okay, so you're not like local yokels. Let me tell you some smart jokes. He's like, okay, you're a red crowd. I can pull out some of the highbrow stuff. Yeah. My favorite though was the joke he said about what was it, like edibles? Mm-hmm. He's like, I was reenacting scenes from Aladdin on a yoga mat.
I dig it.
Being suspicious of every lamp in the house.
Dude, he nailed it. I was impressed. I dug it.
No, I wanna look him up and see what else he's got.
He's got good shit.
The second guy, however,
Clarence Williams.
As
a dude, I thought he was an okay dude.
Yes.
He is an okay dude. Little different, but dude, if you've met me, that's the pot.
So dark, and I'm not even talking about his skin color.
He went a direction that might work for some people, but maybe not here.
Holy shit. When he first started off, he's like, does anyone else's parents like mine? They spent all their times upstairs sniffing crack cocaine. And I'm like, okay, maybe like a little bit of Richard Pryor.
Maybe a little dark.
But like, it was unrelenting for the entire 15 minutes of just like, people got pissed.
I know.
You got so mad.
We had to walk out. That was the only walkout of the night. But the lady that walked out, if you had zero context even, you'd be like, okay.
Well,
thanks, Karen. But
I'm of the belief that there's no such thing as a topic that's off limits. But I feel like it was done so like distastefully.
It's how you deliver it.
It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And how he said it sounded kind of rehearsed, and like he's standing in front of his mirror being like Dennis from It's Always Sunny. Kind of, yeah, he was like,
you're a golden god. Like, dude, yeah, it was a little rough. But I think that like he might have the fan base that likes it, and he might have a group that's really that works for him.
But if it doesn't, at least he's more jacked than you.
Yeah, God, dude, freaking monster. I dig it. And the guy's taller than I am, and that's no small feat. I sit right at 6 feet. Like I'm right there.
A tall guy and a taller guy.
Yeah, it's fucking cool. But yeah, that dude, I'm like, I've had to take my shirt off on stage just to change the vibe.
Like that's how Erik gets his cheap claps.
Yeah, dude. Can I be vulnerable with y'all for a second? Rip
nipples.
DuckTales. Woo. Like you do a thing.
But yeah, I mean, good luck to him.
I want to. I'm friends with him. I'm gonna watch his career. I'll do another show with him.
The fact that afterwards Ben had to be like, just to remind you, none of these guys work for me. He did do
that.
Gave them, I don't know how much, but like $50.
Pretty close.
Yeah, you gave them all $50 to be here, and so
I need to charge him for
after
sound.
that. Immediately, like trying to clear the room, was like, everyone go take a break, go grab a beer.
Yeah, let's palate cleanse this, dude. Everybody blue bobbers on me.
I had a slushie.
Yeah,
because it's at a theater. Why not? Though the mixed berry, I was hoping that they had Dr. Pepper slushie. Like the cherry cola slushie.
Oh, that one's good.
That one's great, but they didn't have it. They had some flavors. I mean,
a little bit of Cat Morgan spice rum in that is the best thing.
Next time I go, I'm going to bring a little bit of Schnooter.
I got you.
And put that in my slush.
I started dead dropping alcohol in the theater in case I go in there.
Yeah.
I'm just going to see what's in theater 3. Like, give me that auditorium.
Yeah, usually I'm a blue raspberry guy. Went mixed berry. Didn't hate it. But wasn't as good. I told you should have said. The other ones they have are red and then pina colada, which
no. It's not alcohol.
No, if you're putting rum in there,
exactly, it'll feel.
You got to use the white rum though, not that spiced stuff.
No, spice. Well, yeah, it's we got this.
Well, you were after the animation. You were up.
I was up next.
Yeah,
I got to do some really cool shit. I had like, you know how I get with shows. I go almost pee in jars eccentric before I get started. Like, a lot of my week just drags, and like I obsess up till the second, and like figuring out how everything looks. And then if I would have known that there was like, I assume that like there was.
I like to think that you're like laying on your couch like the World of Warcraft guy from South Park, playing games, and then you have like your notebook right next to you until like you're playing something. All of a sudden, there's like scribbling furiously.
Pretty much. Pretty damn much. A lot of it. I got lucky because I pay attention to social media. I'm not great at it like Tim Berg or you or anybody for that matter.
For sure.
I'm a lurker. I want to see what's going on. Then I realized that our local influencer was going to be there. So I wrote some jokes in case she showed up because she's a little divisive. So I like swinging hard and high. So I didn't necessarily destroy this person, but I got to take a crack at Fondy Famous right in front of her.
Yeah.
And that made me feel good. I think it might have helped them out a little bit too, because they were looking rough this week.
That is something that like I think is way over like done, is like destroying someone.
Yeah, no. I got to make fun of her for the shit that was there, and then like catching the nods from her husband made me feel really good.
Because we still want to be your friend, Kelly. Come on the show. Do you play video games? We'll talk about Candy Crush.
We like you enough.
What if she's like, I fucking just play League of Legends, and I'm sorry. We can't have anyone that toxic on the show.
She has a favorite comedy podcast already. She's already had Dean and Cash on a few times.
Hey.
We're going to do an M vs. M battle, MiniBoss versus Move the Mic.
Though I do got to say, compliment for Cash Money. I saw him, he opened for some Kill Tony guy in Michigan.
Yeah.
He's got a full beard now.
It looks good. It looks
great. Cash, you're listening, and we know you are. Keep that full beard. You look really good.
I've seen him with it. He did it. He did No Shave November when I was still doing shows with him around then.
Okay.
And not like I wouldn't.
Wait.
But no, he didn't like having it on. Like, I remember he did grow it out, and I was like, it looks good.
In December for the roast.
Yep, for the roast of Santa, and he had to shave because for Heat Miser, he wanted to be clean.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But when I podcasted with him before that, when we were advertising for the roast, then he still had some beard going on.
Yeah, because usually blonde beards look weird.
I think it was his wife doesn't like it, but
boo.
But he might not have either. I mean,
boo. And Dean, congrats on the child.
Yep, the child, and he also did world knife throwing championship. So like, good for you. I watched a little bit of his live because then I had to go live 20 minutes later. So I gave him a quick all caps get it, and then I went and just
the acronyms are fun for that. Whacked,
waddle. Yeah, y'all have all these weird acronyms, but when I want to name my like doubles team axe to mouth, all of a sudden it's like maybe not.
One of your favorite jokes that you did that night, and it was just a stupid throwaway.
Which one?
I like being down here because I get to see what the movie sees.
Oh yeah, dude, that was my opener.
Just so fucking.
I had that prepped but you're right, it was 100% a throwaway because like Brian went up. You have to acknowledge your surroundings, right?
Exactly.
Like,
everyone knows it's weird. You have to bring it up.
Yeah. Rule number 1: move the mic stand. Don't know why, but I do it anyway because my friends are weird like that. But yeah, that was. I just at least stayed for the first couple minutes. I'm like, I want to make sure I'm not repeating someone else's shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that worked way too well. And then we had Champions of Fond du Lac that thought that was the best joke of the night.
I mean,
and you know what? You're right.
Not to say anything about the rest of your set, but when people can sell authenticity.
Yeah.
And that seemed like an authentic moment of hey, I didn't rehearse this. This is just a quick funny that I'm going to throw out. And
it's when you can get away with it without it seeming so aimed, you know? And then that's like the first part of my strategy. Everybody has a different way. Not everybody, but we all have different ways of getting the crowd on your team. My favorite is to approach, not so much deadpan, but like, we're here together. And that's like I'm acknowledging you in like the same frame of we're both used to being here just on different sides.
It's kind of like playing Dungeons and Dragons. You're not the DM playing against the team. You're in it together.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, I don't want you to waste your money. I don't want you to see. Like,
I want you to have a good time.
If you didn't like the guy before me, thank you for sticking around.
Yes.
I'm going to do my best to like, because we're in it together for the show, but comedians are in it for themselves 1,000% every time you get up.
Absolutely.
Because it's you by yourself.
And there are some comedians that are a bit too big for their own britches that I think they're too cool for school, but I think everyone there that night was there to have a good time. Yeah. At least broaden their horizons a little bit.
Yep. And then next we had a friend of ours.
Yeah, Cody Heck.
I like him sometimes.
I would say it's more of like acquaintance.
Yeah.
We don't hang out.
Yeah, you're right.
But
it's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a good enough dude. Me and him started around the same time. And I want to do more stuff with him.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm starting to notice a little bit of some diva on that dude. Like when I'm like, dude, because I got there first, I helped set everything up. And he's like, well, where do we go? I'm like, just sit up front here. He's like, I want to sit at the top. I'm like, okay, Cody.
Yeah.
Okay, Cody. Sorry that I have to adjust your levels and do all this stuff. But you know what?
Yeah.
You're the big guy. Be the big guy, Cody Heck. You run your fucking... I like him. I enjoy his roast battles, but I think it's because he has to let that hate out.
I think so.
And I get it. I understand.
So
I'm not mad. I'm not.
For all the social media that I've seen of him, I do think his roast battles are like his peak.
It's good.
But the only time I've ever really interacted with him was when we were doing Fondy's Funniest back in 2021. And I mean, I'd be salty too if I if I had to travel an hour north to some small town and lose to a complete amateur.
Dude, I will say this though, Cody, no venom here, but this motherfucker,
yeah, that
right?
Bitch.
Because signed up for Oshkosh. You were invited to Oshkosh's Funniest as well. And he goes, well, I got Madison right now. And they're like, well, we got time. And he goes, well, if I wanted to just win. And I'm like, all right. Sorry.
Oh, no.
That was my bad.
That is very bad.
Sorry.
I think we're going again.
All right. Everything looked good?
I think so.
All right. So as I was saying,
Erik broke the podcast.
I got passionate. But no, he's like,
give me some of that.
There you go. He's like, if I wanted to win, I'd just do it. I'm like, dude, that's not even fair. Like, why are you talking like that? Like, competition hasn't even started. I get it. You're a roast guy. You're a weaponized asshole. It's fine. But you know what? You're saying this in front of 3 people and the guy that's running it.
Well,
like, come on, dude.
The
Play
reason,
fair. Now I'm gonna target you. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to play this game, I'm gonna do every show you do until one of us makes it.
With comedians on a whole, I feel
we're
like
divas. We're egomaniacs.
Oh, dude, egomania,
we are
narcissism, the need for instant validation.
I take shit seriously.
I mean, that's the reason I don't do it more. Is because like
you don't want to be toxic all the time.
Well, I don't need to prove to other people that I'm funny. Not to say that you do. But I don't have that itch in me. The reason I like doing it is like I like to perform.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm most like myself when I'm on a stage.
You're a
now, granted, I'm doing a play and they give me a script and they give me words to say.
But you deliver. You're the guy. Like the role you're playing, Orcus. That's the thing. Built. It's built, Maddie.
Everyone's got a persona where yours is Wisconsin's own Florida man.
Yeah.
I am everyone's best friend, Matt.
Yeah.
You know?
Everyone loves Maddie.
Everyone loves Maddie.
It's Maddie.
I'm an applehead.
Yeah.
Though if I ever put out a special, I think that would be my title is My Life as an Applehead.
I dig it.
Because Applehead is a...
I'm learning. I don't know what that means.
It is...
assuming.
It's a very nice way to say dumbass.
Oh, really?
Not in the sort of, like, mean specific, like, dude, you're a fucking dumbass.
Yeah.
But, like, say something you do, like, a little goofy or just, like today, I was sewing patches on my vest, and Ashley's like, are you going through your pocket? I'm like, no.
Uh-oh.
Yes. That's an Applehead move, you know? So that's just my life of just no serious trouble, but just the things I find myself getting into because I'm just super over enthusiastic about things.
Yeah, just cute little mistakes.
You little Applehead.
Yeah, it's fine. Applehead doesn't even sound offensive.
No, it's not. It shouldn't be.
And like they used to call blonde people towheads, and it's just like
that
feels a lot more like.
Can I tell you where that's from?
Please.
It's not that their head is shaped like toes. Is that toe, T-O-W, is a word for the hairs on corn.
Oh, wheat.
Yeah, and wheat. Yeah. Corn is a grain too.
It's grass.
True. Agriculture facts.
We smoke flowers, we eat grass. Welcome to America.
Anyways, Brian the Cunt. He was the headliner. Brian. He was so comfortable up there.
I know. Like, our audience, and I pointed this out in my set, is quite caucused.
Yes.
And they were a good audience nonetheless, more or less. But I want to do more shit. I want me, you, and Brian to like do a lot more together. Dude reads audiences well. He's really cool. We had a discussion afterward, and we were talking. He loves Creed. And I'm like, dude, I can tell you, as a dude that got a throat tattoo, I'm like, can we agree that when I got this, I lost my white privilege? He's like, absolutely. And I'm like, even I feel like you shouldn't say that. He's like, but I'm 6 feet from. I'm like, no, Brad.
You're black,
that was
white,
awesome.
And red.
He's killing it, man. Like, I love that dude. I want to.
You're like a newspaper.
I want to shit. Yeah, I want to do more stuff with him. I want to like do a big show where I can see 30 to 45 minutes of that guy.
That'd be fun.
Like he's gonna rise really well. I'm excited. Him and Brian were my favorites. Cody, me and you are gonna be rivals forever. So
it's like in Pokemon.
Yeah.
There's Ash and there's Gary.
Yeah.
Are you Gary?
Probably, dude.
Gary.
Mirror. Be like dumb Efron, the third guy that was there. You get a Squirtle because nobody wanted it.
Yeah. True. Right. Whatever happened to that one Pokemon lived out its days, never evolving with Professor Oak?
There was a trash can really close to the Pokeballs, dude. On the
you got to take it to the Poke Center.
Just like
release back into the wild.
Just get sent to a dump.
All right, Erik, we are a lifestyle podcast for nerds.
For nerds, love them.
And I gotta say, big news.
Okay.
Roller coaster so far. So the Nintendo Switch 2 is, I want to say announced because it was announced months ago.
The release was announced, right?
And they showed some games. They showed off the specs, but like this was their big, like, this is our next system. The Nintendo Switch 2, which almost was called the Super Nintendo Switch 2. Which
Missed opportunity. Missed opportunity.
But you can see that the drinking line is starting to come across the table.
It's kind of cool.
But yeah, so it was their big thing. They started off with Mario Kart, the new Mario Kart, which is called Mario Kart World.
Yeah.
And it looks fucking cool.
Looks fun.
You can grind. It's like they put Tony Hawk shit in there. You can grind on rails and like ledges and shit.
Oh my god, I'm gonna 350 McTwist as Boo.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking awesome.
And there's also like wall riding and wall jumps.
Oh, dude.
And you can play as the cow from Moo Moo Meadows, the 64. So that's the real race in the game, is who can get the cow first.
Dude, that's kind of cool.
But there's a little bit of controversy going on with its pricing.
Mm-hmm.
So not Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom
was Nintendo's first and only $70 game.
Yes.
And people were a little upset, but then people were like, well, games used to not be set to $59.99.
Right.
They used to be, like, Chrono Trigger was damn near $90, and especially adjusted to inflation, that was like $150.
It was not a cheap game.
Back in like 1996. This one is $80. Now, there was some misinformation saying that the digital was $80, the physical was $90, but that's been
It was debunked?
Oh,
I thought that's what I walked into today.
Yeah.
Roller coaster indeed.
But it looks so fucking fun. It is an open world Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Where you do the race, and then the next part of the race is you getting to the next race. So your pole position is dependent on when you get to the next spot.
That's kind of cool.
That's very cool.
That encourages you to learn the maps.
In Mario Kart 64, one of my favorite things to do was there was, I think it's called like Peach's Royal Raceway or something like that. But they actually had the castle from Mario 64, and just driving around there, I'm like, that's cool. And that's pretty much, you can do that in the entire game. You can meet up with friends. You can just do, they have like a free drive mode.
Oh, dude.
You're telling me that there's not going to be the secrets and cool shit to drive around?
I have a really good idea for a stream. We'll do Fear and Loathing in the Mushroom Kingdom. We'll just take some mushrooms and just start playing it. Like, we'll have both of our Switches here and just like...
We'll get you a bucket hat and big sunglasses and I'll just wear it button down.
I have both. I'll call my dealer. We'll get drugged up and then just like... Actually, I think that's going to be when we use Bill's mushrooms. Every time you get a mushroom, you have to take one.
Oh, good lord.
There was... Oh my god, that sounds horrible. Was there another awesome? There was one I was excited about. The Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong looks like the game that I'm going to buy a system for.
Yeah, that
for real.
The more you look at it, the cooler it looks.
So, again, with controversy, people are upset that it looks like the movie version of Donkey Kong than it does the rare version. And A, let it go. B, this is what Donkey Kong looked like before. It looks like the arcade cabinet Donkey Kong.
Yeah. They gave it the same kind of like
way
the face sits and all that. The weird... It looks really cool.
I think it looks like it was made by the Mario Odyssey team.
Yep. That's what it's compared to a lot.
But it's almost like, I don't want to say Minecraft because you're not crafting anything, but like there's destructible terrain.
The completely destructible environments is what.
Yeah, like Red Faction. You remember that game?
Yeah. Oh, dude, there's a sniper up there. I'm just going to aim this rocket launcher a little bit below him and then take the whole building down. I love that shit.
Donkey Kong looked great. They got a new legally distinct, not Bloodborne. Wink, wink, wink. But that is supposed to be like a multiplayer game.
In the same vein?
Like almost like Night Rain.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like they call it PvPvE.
Yeah.
I know that kills a lot of people's excitement for it, but like I'm gonna play it.
I'm gonna try it.
I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna try it, and because honestly, I need the help.
I want to try Night Rain, but I'm not in a hurry.
I think every FromSoft game should come with a Mimic tier now.
The Mimic tier is one of my favorite like all-time summon companions because then you can solo the game just fine.
Well,
they nerfed it a little bit.
True,
but I mean,
but From Software people are also the saltiest fucks in the world because they're like, "Oh, did you complete the game without the mimic tier?" And I'm just like,
just shut up.
No, I'm playing the game how I want to play it.
Yeah.
You.
Like, people that are just like the get good motherfucker, just shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
like,
I don't have enough time.
We're here to enjoy it. I'm glad that you can obsess.
I play Smash and Mario.
Yeah, you've got several thousand hours in Smash. Like, if people want to hit you with get good scrub, it's like, well, you want to check your record. Like,
let's see what else they had. They got the C button.
Is it gonna be just a singular button?
It is a singular button that pulls up Nintendo's version of Discord.
Oh no, is this a pay to push button?
Yes. So if you have Nintendo Switch Online, you can press this button, and all of a sudden it's like, what? How do you want to do like a friend group with your friends? And A, welcome to 2012, Nintendo.
Yeah.
B, if you don't have Nintendo Switch Online, that button does nothing. Like a vestigial button.
Oh my god.
Like, you know how you only need one kidney?
Yeah.
You don't need a C button.
I tell people that all the time, and then I keep getting kicked out of random hospital.
You only need one.
You only need one, dude. You ain't gonna do shit with this.
But one thing I'll give Nintendo credit for, they do have a camera for sale for like $50. And I bet it's a good camera, but it's just USB-C. So literally any other camera, like this.
But it's shaped like a piranha plant.
Well, that one's the one that Hori made.
Oh, really?
That's a third party. And if you're going to get they have one that looks like a piranha plant.
It looks so cool.
It looks fucking adorable.
I like
but
it.
At the same time, I might as well just plug this into the Switch 2.
Yeah.
You know? What's stopping me? Nothing. The fact that I don't want to talk to anybody when I'm playing video games, maybe?
Generally.
I still have a buddy on my PS5 who's like, yo, we should link up. I'm like, no.
I'm good, bro.
The only game we play together is Rocket League.
Do you remember the last game you played online and actually talked to somebody? Because I would say the last one I did online, that was when I was into the Division.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it was a minute ago. And I was in
that
South
was like
Korea.
Early PS4.
Yeah, the Pro had just come out. Yeah, they were getting ready to release number 2. Division 1, I loved it once all the expansions dropped. But I had one friend, and I was playing online, and to find somebody that spoke English when I was in South Korea playing this game, it was hard. But I ended up meeting one of my best friends. He was a bodyguard in Singapore that spoke perfect English, and I would run fucking missions with that dude. It was awesome, but you ain't gonna find that again.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm going to have Nintendo Switch Online just because I like the services that it offers. But I'm never going to. If I press the C button, it's on accident. But one cool thing that's coming to Nintendo Switch Online, GameCube.
Oh, yeah. Is it going to be the entire directory, or they're just going to piece it out like
I mean,
NSO?
they piece it out like everything else.
I mean, that's fair.
But they're starting off with a few good games. They got the Wind Waker.
That'll be fun.
Which, RIP to the HD version that fixes a lot of shit.
Yeah.
They got Soul Calibur 2, a legendary fighting game that has Link in it.
That's the one with Link in it. Yeah, there's 2.
And like, even if you don't play Link, the game is fucking tits.
It's a good game. It's got a lot of really cool like modes and stuff in it, and they only like built upon it as the game got. As we
cool
got
characters.
3 and 4. Yeah.
I like Voldo because he's a freaky little
Voldo's
guy.
freak, man. That's my favorite, and then Killick was the other one just because he's cheap. He's the dude with the giant stick.
I've learned that like in fighting games, it doesn't matter how strong your character is. If they're slow, you're fucking ground beef, dude.
Yep. Reach
combos,
reach and combos. That's it.
And then F-Zero GX.
Yes, that will be more of a U game.
Oh,
than
absolutely,
a me game.
it's a me game. So I bought this GameCube because I wanted to play F-Zero. GameCube didn't work, so then I ended up buying like a Wii, and because like a Wii is nothing but a GameCube that has motion controls.
Pretty much.
I lost F-Zero. I still have Paper Mario, but like, when am I gonna plug my Wii in? You know, so I'm probably gonna get a Switch 2 and just play it on that. But one thing that was exciting was when they were showing off the F-Zero, they had some racers from the arcade game. So F-Zero had an arcade game, and it was built like with a chassis, and it moved like. Well, first off, F-Zero is a hover kart racing game, a very fucking fast frenetic hover racing game.
Yeah.
They had an arcade cabinet that actually was like you sat in and you had like the throttles and shit, and this thing would move. And like, and especially when you're going off jumps and they go, and your seat goes up and you just goes ka-chunk down. You have to buckle yourself into this arcade game. They had one. I want it really bad now. I don't know if it still works or if it's still there, but they had one in Geeks Mania in Madison.
No shit.
And that's one of those best arcade places where you pay $15 and you get to game all day.
Oh, really?
Instead of like a token based.
Oh, like Player 2 and Appleton. I still like.
I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of like
they're
the token
still great.
Places,
yeah,
you get a lot of play for your $20.
Oh yeah.
But this one, it's just nice to know that you got your wristband. You just press the button and you're able to play games.
Yeah.
So yeah, the fact that they had characters from the arcade game on that Nintendo Switch 2 version, which means that they probably also have the special tracks. So that's more game. And for a game that I love, hell yeah, more game.
It's got some really cool mechanics in it too, like that skyline thing you can kind of hit. It'll be awesome.
Multiple paths. You can destroy your other vehicles. What else we got here? Oh, let's talk about this Final Fantasy IX fake out.
Oh yeah.
So one of the worst kept secrets in the industry is the Final Fantasy IX remake. There's such a thing like the NVIDIA leak. NVIDIA.
But if you want to roast
everything,
NVIDIA.
Everything that was in that leak has came out except 2 games. One is the Final Fantasy Tactics remake. The other one is the Final Fantasy IX remake. Now, when they went to their sizzle reel of like, here's like a shocking blast of new games coming out, I swear to God, I thought I saw Princess Garnet or Dagger from Final Fantasy IX.
Love Dagger.
But it was just Bravely Default remastered.
Oh, garbage.
Because, I mean, it's a good game, but it's not like... It's not what I wanted.
Give me the other Square title.
Come on, dude.
You're teasing me like this. Like, I get it with the Tactics remake because that's the one I'm excited for. But they already did War of the Lions,
I will buy that like too.
12 years ago. Well, like 20 years ago now at this point.
25 years because it's their 25th year anniversary, and that's why everyone thinks it's coming out.
Oh my God.
They have artwork. Final Fantasy 14 had an update where they had a bunch of items and things referencing 9. So everyone's like, I wonder why they're doing that.
They're going to tease it because in the hierarchy of Final Fantasy fandoms, the 9s are the ones that will believe you when you lie to them to their face. Like, because, dude, there could have been a remake of that before 8 had the remaster, and 7's just going to... We'll be lucky if the final piece of 7 remake comes out.
I think it will.
And, like, we're still breathing.
I think it will. It will, because they rebuilt everything from Final Fantasy Remake to Rebirth.
Yep.
So now that they have the engine, they can just reuse assets, and I think we're a lot closer than they actually want us to believe.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VIII, I don't think will ever be remade.
Well, they did. That's why they did the remaster a few years back, back in like 18, 19, and it was okay. It doesn't super need a remaster, and if they did, I'd want some more graphic on the junction. I want to see that you got Shiva in your body by like blue veins or something. You know, like
I want them to make the junction symptom more important, considering how it was like,
no, I love that. It made like your tactical decisions matter. Like in the absence of a job system and all this other stuff. Like, I mean, it was there in hints. Like,
you know how I think certain characters should only be able to equip certain GFs. Kind of like how in Final Fantasy VI,
you did actually, because
they
had an affinity thing. They had
an affinity, but that could be like quickly.
It could be
routed.
It could be remedied, but it
wasn't that important.
It was like a 0.05% chance, but
you know what?
Increase, but it worked.
I always put Diablo on Zell. For some reason, that felt right. The guy with the Jinko shorts and the face tattoo had like the devil. Summon.
Diablo is one of my favorite of the like not spoken of summons, and Doom Train, which you can also get in Final Fantasy VIII. Doom Train was
It's a good game. I just don't like the draw system.
Yeah, but the music was on fire.
The music
was better than 7, dude. Like you got the man with the machine gun.
That's what I want out of a Final Fantasy VIII remake, is to give Laguna more time.
Yeah,
because it was supposed to be a 50-50 split, but then they're like, well, we'll just Anyways,
Laguna was this whole fucking dude. I loved it, and once you got the story, like it was good. 9 was fun. 9, I was able to get through. It took me a while. I never did the Excalibur 2 percentage.
That's not a thing that you should do. But 9's my favorite because I'm a purist.
Yeah.
To finish up the Switch 2 shit, I want to say Masahiro Sakurai, creator of Smash Brothers, became a YouTuber after he finished Smash Brothers. And his channel is great. I mean, you have to listen to it with subtitles on.
Yeah.
But he was talking about like what it's like to make a video game and like the why he made the decisions that he did. It's super insightful shit. But then he let slip that he was working on a secret game. And everyone's like, is it the next Smash Brothers?
Kirby vs. Street Fighter.
It's Kirby Air Ride. That GameCube game, Kirby Air Ride, was great.
I never played it.
It's one button.
Oh, God.
That's the big draw is like...
Flappy Bird?
No.
I mean...
Depending on how you hold the button, especially now that they have like adaptive buttons of like how hard you press it down, I think that could be a thing.
And then it provides resistance on some of them, like we noticed with Final Fantasy 16 opening doors.
That's the weird thing is like the Nintendo Switch 2 is launching, well, not even launching, they revealed 3 first-party games, and 2 of them are racing games. And people are like, hey,
but that's gonna slow it down. That's
as
why
long as
they're
it's fun, it's fun.
NSO side so hard.
The only thing that's bothering me now is they postponed indefinitely the pre-orders for the Switch 2.
Oh, because
of our orange leaders' tariffs.
Yeah.
So they said, rest of the world, April 9th, you're able to pre-order your system. America,
stand by. Just sit over there in the back. We'll get to you in a minute.
And people,
ooh,
when Reggie Fils-Aimé or Satoru Iwata were in charge of Nintendo, they were at least able to go and take the heat off. They were able to step in front of the camera, say like, hey, this is what's going on. Nintendo doesn't have that anymore. Doug Bowser, the Nintendo of America president, should be getting in front of camera going, like, okay, we're working on things. Believe me, we hear you. The fact that they said that the Switch was going to be $450, which I think is fair for a system. But the fact that they're flirting with $80 games, when they did their Treehouse live event, which is they're like kind of behind the scenes of their development studios, and like these are the games, and they actually play the games, and you get to see them for 3 hours, bombarded with nothing but drop the price.
Yeah.
So Nintendo knows. There's one channel that I've been listening to called Kit and Krista, and Kit and Krista were employees of Nintendo's marketing team.
Oh.
So they know. They don't know what's going on now, but they have worked for Nintendo for, I think, like 15 years or something like that. So they're like, oh, yeah, they saw you loud and clear. It's just that what they're doing, they're probably biding their time, waiting for a statement, because a lot of Nintendo statements come off as pretty, like, flippant. Of just like, yeah, here's a nothing answer, now go away.
It makes you feel like they hate
But
the
with
gamers
something
sometimes.
like this, especially since America is like a third of their global audience, that's a lot of money to lose.
Yeah.
Now with the tariffs, Japan's got a 25% increase, but Vietnam and China are hit harder, and that's where they build the systems. So, announce that 450, maybe 600. I mean, the way that I have my...
I think we're looking at close to 1,000, dude.
I don't... Close to 1,000, that's way too much. That's way too much.
They're setting a standard. Like, they want us to pay more. That
absolutely.
$80 thing,
well,
like Moist Critical said it best. Nintendo's doing it first so that everybody else can do it.
Yeah.
Like, they want this to be the new industry standard, and now is the time to do it. You want to fuck customers up? Do it when we're about to walk into a recession. Ask for, like, all the money in the world right there when we have that insecurity, and then
that's a bit cynical. That's a bit cynical.
I mean, watch the market, man. Watch it happen. That's why we're last in the line.
It's so nuanced.
That is also true.
But the fact that there's so much misinformation that Nintendo's allowing that misinformation to just kind of stew, that is just like, give us an answer.
It's going to pop the bubble again, dude.
I think they're just trying to wait to see if the tariffs kind of relax or what, or if they're going to bite the bullet on the...
They're not going to bite the bullet, dude. They want money.
Yeah, I mean, they're a business.
They need money.
They're Japan's 9th biggest company. And, of course, they're not going to want to bite a bullet. But to say, hey, our console's launching for $450 and then go, guess what? Never mind.
I mean, you can
maybe
understand.
they'll meet in the middle. Maybe it'll be $500.
No. I think at minimum we'll experience that percentage and up at minimum. If there's a, what'd you say, 25% on?
Because if nobody's going to buy it, then that's way bad for them. Maybe it'll be like 3DS. Because 3DS dropped like $100 in like the first 6 months because it was so expensive. But that's the thing. Nobody knows.
And we're in an era where we can't trust the regulation of companies anyway. So you might get some red ring of death or whatever the new Nintendo version of that is. And it's like, well, what's going to stop them, you know? And
I'd like to trade this in, please.
Because profits go up once quality goes down. And
either that or they'll keep the $450 price, but not export so many of them.
I mean, that's the other way to play the economy is the supply and demand side.
Now it's a very premium luxury item.
But then that's going to become its whole other thing,
too.
Yeah.
And scalpers and shit like that.
And then they already are so litigious with emulators and stuff. You don't want people to emulate and ROM your stuff, which is very much illegal. If you don't want people doing that, then maybe, thank you. I'm getting another tan, and I don't hate it, though. But no, it's kind of rough. That looks great. It looks way better.
We know it's not rough? Our NSO game... These nuts. Our NSO game from last week.
Yes.
So we got Demon Crest.
We got Demon Crest, yes. Interesting title.
We played a little bit of it.
Love it.
I was surprised to find out. I went on to howlongtobeat.com. Only a few hours. It's like an afternoon of a game.
Yeah, less than 4.
I think I got like a couple of... Well, it's open world. So to say...
It's very Metroid-y.
Yes. I wasn't expecting that.
There are traversal options, and you have different gargoyles you turn
different
into.
Forms that have different powers to open up different parts of the world. My thing is, they don't really tell you where to go, so you just kind of hope, like, is this the right spot? Yeah. Is this the right spot?
Bumble until you fight a gargoyle.
I want to say, when we did our recording last time, we had it on the background, and it's for the time that I played, I got a good, decent chunk in.
Yeah.
It is very dark. Very kind of brooding, like beautiful game.
Well, it's a spin-off of Ghouls and Ghosts.
Yes.
And you are playing, guess what? A mini-boss from Ghouls and Ghosts.
Firebrand,
my dude.
I think that's the game that gave him a name.
Yeah,
right?
He had a name.
Otherwise, he was just Red Guy.
No. He was Firebrand in the instruction booklet for Ghouls and Ghosts. Because, like, I remember reading that in a Nintendo Power magazine with, like, all the little tips and tricks and the cheat codes to just start out good. But that was also a heavily rented game, which is interesting. It's 4 hours, but kind of difficult, and it wanted you to bumble around. It wanted you to beat it twice, which you have to do in order to get the true ending. Like, the best speedrun I saw was 50 minutes, 52 seconds, and he had to beat it twice.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun playing this game. So close to being a masterpiece. Made by Capcom. Kind of plays like if Mega Man met Metroid.
Yep.
I have a feeling maybe I was just bad at the game, but I feel like you had to be so precise with your shots. And the flying mechanic's a little weird, or the hovering mechanic, I should say.
Free hover the whole time. But you don't go up or down. You just
unless you get a certain power. Then you can go up or down, but didn't get that. I think I got as far as getting a second form.
Yeah, you got the rock
spells.
form.
Yeah, which allows you to dash and like
break walls,
shoot things at the ground. But if I were to put this on, I do think like it's worth checking out. I mean, if it's 3 hours long, definitely knock it out because I would like to play this game. The music's great, the visuals are great. It is fun. It's just one of those games I think I'd like open up a guide on my phone of like, here's where to go next.
Oh, yeah, no. Watch a speed run first and then go, okay. Like, this is where I go. This is the easy points, you know.
And we would spin the wheel this week. However...
Fucking ghost, man.
We the ghost on our computer thought that it wasn't fit to release that episode, but we did spin the wheel, and we did get a game that you
love so much.
Are so good at.
I can't wait to do. We'll get some shots of playing this. I'm gonna try to walk you through at least the first circuit.
Yeah.
At some point. Yeah, we're doing Super Punch Out too. That's one of my favorites.
And it's fun because like everyone talks about like Punch Out, the NES game, but like nobody ever talks about Super Punch Out.
It was, in my opinion, the best of the three. I mean, the Wii one, as long as I'm not waggle sticking, I'm good. Like,
the Wii one was great.
The Wii one looked good, and they had the secret Donkey Kong fight in it.
At the end, yeah.
I was not able to finish that one. But, yeah, me and him and Bennett, right, one day, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to see what this is here. And then I'm just sitting there knocking everything out. It was so much fun.
For real. And like even when we were playing Punch Out 1 the other week, you're like, no, you got to wait until this happens or this happens, and then
little flash over here.
Then you can like knock them out right away. So it's not even a fighting game; it's a puzzle game.
It's
and
like
a
puzzle
rhythm
game. Yeah, you got to kind of feel it out. You have to use everything you have, and like there is no face trading. Like you
cannot take hits. You can't.
Every boss got a little different mechanic. None of them really share anything. There's some like clutch moments that are made like every time there's a bald bull fight, you got to catch that timing, otherwise you're going to catch that forehead and get instantly knocked out.
And they hit like a truck where you have like maybe 3 shots to get it right.
And they make it so that you have to do it at least once. You have to either
you gotta learn.
Yeah, you have to knock that dude.
You gotta learn. No. Well, Erik, I think we should wrap this one up.
Yeah, we did it.
Hey, thanks for watching, everyone. Hopefully, by the time we press goodbye on this one, the goblins are gone.
And send pictures of your butthole to your local congressman.
Yeah! Dude. All right, everyone. Goodbye.
Love you. Kissies.